Colin Cowherd coming out and making some comments that I think are, in my opinion, pretty obvious.
It's looking like there is a possibility that she plays in the Commissioner's Cup game. Is it a probability? No.
Cheer. Yeah, she's right here in some tights. I've never seen Caitlin Clark in tights, I don't think.
Caitlin Clark stood in the gym, her sharp passes and effortless jumpers drawing gasps from even her teammates. It was only a practice, but everyone watching knew something important was happening. This wasn't just normal prep. This was the beginning of a comeback that could save an entire league. What makes her return so monumental? Let me show you.
Man, Caitlin Clark is wearing gear. She's wearing playing gear, which is something that we had not seen.
It's about Caitlin Clark and trading her away from the Indiana Fever.
Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video.
Of Caitlin Clark going through practice. Now, in case you do not realize, tomorrow night, huge game.
You can see Caitlin Clark is wearing compression tights. She's out here with the bun. She's doing her Diana Taurasi impression right now.
For the Indiana Fever against the hated Cheryl Reeve-led Minnesota Lynx. Now,
What happens when one player becomes so important that their absence shakes an entire league? Caitlin Clark isn't just any star. She's the heartbeat of the WNBA. During her time off the court, the proof was everywhere. TV ratings for league games crashed by a staggering 55%. That's not just a dip. That's a red flag for the whole operation. And her own team, the Indiana Fever, didn't just feel it on the scoreboard. National broadcasts of their games nearly vanished, dropping from an average of 1.8 million viewers to less than half that.
there's obviously going to be a major crowd, and the Lynx is one of the best teams in the league. So they could certainly use her back in the line.
That, like, she's gotten scans. The reason they're saying day-to-day is I think that it is actually day-to-day because I think they don't have a clue what's wrong with her.
Without her, it seemed like fans simply stopped watching. But this wasn't just about eyeballs on screens. Clark's absence left marks in places way beyond the arena. Betting on Fever games plummeted. Numbers coming out of BetMGM showed that Indiana's betting activity tanked by 50% since she stepped off the court. Take this. When the Fever faced teams like the Washington Mystics or Connecticut Sun, betting dropped a full 37%. That's an insane drop-off for just 2 games. It wasn't just gamblers losing interest. Merchandise sales froze too, turning the league's cash registers quiet.
But when he was with ESPN, he had I believe it was the biggest national radio sports show in the country. May still be the biggest.
She is getting shots up. And look, it doesn't seem like she's doing anything major.
I was like, is this on ESPN? Is this on a big network? I think it's a Commissioner's Cup final game.
For a moment, it felt like everything that made the WNBA exciting was slipping away. Even the atmosphere at live games shifted without her. Fever games felt flat. The buzz when she walked onto the court and instantly took over a game? Gone. Quiet arenas, less talk online. Even the league's official social media pages couldn't create the same energy. These are things that aren't so easily bounced back from.
It looked like she wasn't going to go. And now one could argue, should she have been back? That's the other question.
It's going to be diagnosed just like her quads. Just like, obviously, the MRI showed us quad strain, and then it was okay.
Here's where it gets wild. Colin Cowherd came out and said that Clark isn't just a superstar. She's the most untradeable athlete in all of sports, bigger than Patrick Mahomes. Think about that. Mahomes feels irreplaceable to the NFL, yet here's Clark, on a level that not only defines her team, but holds the ropes for an entire league's success. Clark's return to practice doesn't just mean more wins for the Fever. It's bigger than basketball. It's hope for the league. If one player can shift betting markets and TV ratings, what happens when she's back in action? Caitlin Clark's return to practice wasn't just another day in the gym. It felt like a revival.
I think it's going to be one of those weird injuries where it's like it'll be found out that it's like as I've said, I think it could very well be a pinched nerve.
I mean, I feel good. I'm going to be day to day from here on out, and doing everything I can to put myself in position to play the next game every single time.
That is just causing all the problems in her leg. Something like a pinched nerve in her hip, which is causing groin pain, which is what caused extra.
Fans flooded social media with excitement as clips of her smooth shooting and sharp movements started to circulate. In one shot, Clark is sinking three-pointers with that same effortless form fans have raved about all season, while her teammates watch, clearly energized. It wasn't just her skills grabbing attention, it was the hope she brought with her. A promise that things might finally turn around for the Fever and, more importantly, the league itself. Her timing couldn't be more crucial either. The Indiana Fever's next game against the Lynx isn't just a regular matchup, it's the Commissioner's Cup final. Stakes like this aren't just about which team takes home a trophy. This game could springboard momentum not just for the Fever, but for the WNBA, especially with its Amazon broadcast giving Clark a chance to remind everyone why she's in a league of her own. The Lynx have been dominant all season, making them the perfect test for Clark to prove she's ready. Fans aren't showing up or tuning in just to see a game. They're watching to see if Caitlin Clark can make the impossible seem easy yet again.
Okay, so she was a limited participant. She's trying to put herself in a position to get back for the next game.
Maybe just keeping it hot, maybe some heat. Like, obviously it's not putting major heat on it, but you can put some sort of, like, it can keep the heat in.
Think back to when she lit up the court earlier in the season. Her style of play doesn't just dazzle, it pulls people in. The Fever saw ticket sales explode during her first games, with national TV ratings spiking alongside them. On another level, WNBA merchandise sales skyrocketed by 550%. Yes, Clark is even pulling numbers in revenue. Colin Cowherd nailed it when he said she's the league's most untradeable athlete, because how do you quantify that kind of value? So now the question is obvious. Can Caitlin Clark not only recover fully, but step back in and save the WNBA's season from stagnation? Her return alone has sparked optimism. Now the league, her team, and millions of fans are looking at what she does next. Caitlin Clark's return isn't just a boost for the Indiana Fever, it's a lifeline for the WNBA's future.
After she came back from the quad injury, that she wasn't going to play, and then all of a sudden, we found out her...
Oh, Steph is wearing the Caitlin Clark shoes. Seems obvious she's playing nice shoes too.
That's always my goal, is to be available for the next game, and doing everything I can with the medical staff to be able to get my body right, to be able to do that. And but yeah, I feel...
During her absence, league viewership and betting activity took a nosedive, threatening its growth. But now the momentum feels different. With Clark back, the Fever have their leader and the league has its star. Colin Cowherd even called her the most untradeable athlete in sports, saying a trade would spark a fan revolt. That shows her value isn't just on the court. It's everywhere. If she can bring this much change, imagine what's next for women's basketball. The question is, who's ready?